Discover the Fit Dad Community podcast, where every episode strengthens your journey as a father. Hear from experts, coaches, and real dads on balancing fitness, faith, and family. Gain practical tools for your everyday life. Join us to support your family better and build stronger communities. Fit Dad Community Podcast. Fitness for life, not just the gym.
Hey, Fit Dad Community, what's good? Carl here, and I'm with my guy CJ. Today we're talking about something that's gonna hit a lot of dads right in the chest. Brotherhood beats motivation, because motivation comes and go. Work gets heavy, kids get sick, life gets loud, and that's when you disappear. So before I get into it, I wanna it is a good lead into our next event, which is Monday, February 16th, with yours truly, CJ,
Come on.
as the trainer at OPS Fitness Club. So the theme is exactly this: brotherhood over motivation, free for first timers and members. So if you've been saying, I'm getting back on track, this is your sign.
Yeah.
CJ, how you doing, my brother?
Man, I'm doing great, man. It's a great day. It's a great Tuesday. The weather was amazing. We've been missing that 40 degrees.
I know.
Felt like summer out there today.
I know, man. The sun was back today, and like you said, it's 40 degrees. So, hey, I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. So, we kind of mentioned earlier. So today we want to focus on what we call brotherhood over uh, motivation. Because when you think about it, dads, we don't fail from laziness. We usually fail from isolation, right? So basically, we get stressed out, and we skip a day. Next thing you know, we skip a week, and then we go back and say, "I will start again on Monday," or I will start again in 2 weeks, whatever it is. So CJ, can you kind of talk to our audience? How do you see brotherhood?
For me, brotherhood is like it's a community of guys, or whatever your circle look like. Of guys motivating you to continue to do what you said or what you put out there, say that you were going to do. I know for me, me and my guys started a devotional that we started on January 1st, and it was just about being consistency and being in the word. You can get on your phone for 10 minutes a day. I feel like you can get into this Bible app for 10 minutes. And there's times where you might fall off for a day or two, and 3 days go by, and then your friends get on and they see like, hey, you haven't put anything into the chat. What's up? Everything all right? Like, I know you're not that busy that you can't put anything in. I think it's just those guys that lean on you for accountability when they don't have motivation as well. So I think pretty much that's kind of how I see brotherhood. Just guys that you really trust to pull you along the way. Because life already throws every curveball imaginable at you. But it's also, you're not going through that alone. Like, somebody in your group probably has a similar story of that and how they got out of that situation. So brotherhood's huge. I think every man should have brotherhood. If you don't have friends, I don't know. I think that speaks volumes to the type of person you are at the same time. Loners don't move that far ahead. I think a team pushes you to continue to keep going.
No, you're absolutely right. And I look at brotherhood as a guardrail, right?
Yeah.
So, and it doesn't make life easy, but it just keeps you from flying off the of the road,
Yeah.
right? So you have the guardrail here, when you want to give up, when you want to quit, or when you're going through some stuff, a lot of times, we go into some dark times. It's funny that the last show that we talk about goals, right?
Yeah.
And at the beginning of the year, you have all these goals, you have everything you want to do, and then you hit a snag, you be like, oh my God, now I have to rethink about that goal, or I was like, yeah, I wanna hit the gym 4 or 5 times a week, and the next thing you know, we have have bad weather, and nobody
Yeah.
wants to go out. You know, so those things happen, and also, you know, you got work, you know, you got kids, you know, you
Yeah.
got so much going on, and you tend to just like, you know what, let me focus on this, let me focus on my work, or let me
Yeah.
focus on my family. And I think that's where you want that accountability from your friends or from that brotherhood that you said, that keep you going and say, hey man, did you hit the gym today, or
Right.
did you read a verse from the Bible, whatever that brotherhood means to you. But it's a way to kind of remind you, be like, hey, even though you got all this going on in your life, but
Mm-hmm.
this is also as important that it is, you know, that part of your life as well too.
Yeah.
So let's go into deep. So I'm gonna ask you a couple of things, and I'm gonna
Yep.
let you know, and you're gonna tell me what you think. So let's talk about the top three reason dads quit, right? So
Mm.
kind of talk about it, that all or nothing mindset. So if I can do the perfect workout, I do nothing. So
Right.
CJ, kind of talk
Yeah.
about that mindset trap.
I think the mind is ultimately the biggest enemy of any person. Just self-doubt can put you into a hole that is tough to climb out of. That's why I'm an advocate for mental health, making sure that you're not carrying many traumas or things like that that can hold you back from being where you're supposed to be. Um, but the mind is literally, yeah. I mean, I even had a moment of that. Last week was my first week of like my new schedule that I have, and now I go to Homestead on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so it takes away from the opportunity of me lifting because I have my daughter in the morning, so and I never want to take that time away. So I don't know how I
Hmm.
got to fix that, but I didn't lift on Tuesday, and then Wednesday came, and I didn't lift Wednesday, then Thursday came, and I didn't lift Thursday. We got to Friday, and I still didn't lift. But I went in on Saturday. I'm like, all right, look, we got to reboot, restart. Saturday and Sunday, I got back to it, so I'm back on track now. But mentally in my head during those times, I kind of felt myself drifting like, all right, this is the year that I talked about discipline. I haven't went 3 days, 3 or 4 days without lifting this whole year. Like, is this the beginning of the cycle that I started last year? And then
Hmm.
my guys, we got into a group chat and I shot them that idea. And they're like, bro, you good? Just go today and restart today. And it's like, I didn't really, I mean, obviously I knew that, but the motivation from an outside source helping you while you're in your head
Hmm.
is huge. And I think you getting that off your chest and having those accountability people that you can go to when your head's messing you up and they spit you out some good information or just a little motivation, it's gonna push you to, all right, you're right. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Let's get back to it. So I think that's one reason. That's one reason that people do quit though. That self sabotage,
Yep.
terrible.
Yep. So that's good, man. So okay, let's go into reason two. No environment, wrong people, wrong cues. Uh, you know, talk about how easy it is to drift, you know, from when you solo.
Yeah. Especially like you said, when you're a loner, it's tough because uh the environment matters, right? Like if you put yourself in an environment around guys who lift, who are great dads, who, you know what I'm saying, listen to the word, kind of abide by it, maybe because like for me, I was just telling my guys, I'm not a self-help reader. Like I can't go read those self-help books. That I'm going to sleep off of that. But if I surround myself with guys who are ultimately trying to be better guys, then
Yeah.
that's ultimately just going to make you a better person. So like alone, like I said, the mind begins to attack you, the trauma, the everything that you went through throughout life, the spot where you feel like, oh, I should have been here at this time in life makes you quit, and it just puts you into a ball that kind of ultimately just deflates the person that you're supposed to become. So environment matters,
Yeah.
having a schedule matter, having a trainer, not even necessarily saying that you have to have this personal one-on-one trainer, but if you do need a personal one-on-one trainer, I'm here for you. Come see me at OPS at any time. But um I just believe that having structure, schedule, community puts you so much further ahead than anywhere else. So that's 100% the yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree with you, man. Sometimes in your life, you encounter any type of people, and then you got those people that come with so much negativity, man.
Yeah,
And they come to you and they come to you with problems. I was
right.
like, hey, I don't want to hear problems, man. I want solutions, right?
Yeah,
And all
yeah.
these people, they just come with so much problems, and they want you to solve it for them. And a lot
Already
of
got other
times.
problems in my own life that I.
Exactly. So I was just like, man, and but you got those. I mean, like I think too. I don't want people to feel like, oh, you can't have negative people in your life. Sometimes you need both,
Yeah,
so you can kind of judge where you
yeah,
want to go because I always say it takes everybody, all kind of people to make the world go. Not
100%.
everybody can be CEO. Not everybody can be leaders.
Yeah,
Some people want to be led, right? So you have to have the two extremes,
hundred
and then
percent.
so you can be more in the middle, so you can make choices and say, hey, you know what, I wanna roll with CJ,
Yeah,
or if I don't wanna talk about anything serious, I know guys that I talk to if I don't wanna.
right, right.
But you need to have that kind of balance in your life. So no,
I think that's huge too, and just having that like that. I just forgot where I was going with that idea. um, Having that group of people there to just, I don't know, like you said, if you don't have anything serious, it's not always about being serious, right? It's
yeah,
obviously I want people to come to me with negative things going on in their life because I want to be like I want to be able to help them through those as well. I don't want it to make it seem like everything's perfect and dandy in my life. Like obviously my goal is to pray for people who aren't at the top of their game right now. So I want you to come to me with negative things, but like
exactly.
just continue to also put that work in that I'm putting in so that we can all continue to grow at the same time. That's basically what I was trying to get to.
No, this is great. So the third reason, which is no recovery, sleep
Mm,
and stress, especially you as a trainer, you
yeah,
probably say that a lot to people.
yeah,
You cannot discipline exhaustion.
yeah. Not at all.
So
There's nothing you can do about that.
yeah, I mean, so I know that's it's a lot of times, people, you know, a lot of people they hear stories such
Yeah,
as, you know, some people say, hey, I only sleep 4 hours a night, and
yeah, nah,
I get up and I'm doing this. And a lot of people think that, okay, this is because that person is successful,
yeah,
and they think that this is a blueprint. So I gotta go and only sleep four
yeah,
hours a night. I was like,
yeah,
hey, you know
yeah.
what? That's him or that's
Yeah,
her.
100%.
Right? That's like me. So I think a lot of times, when we have so much stress, when we do so much, we need to relax a little bit. We need
Yes,
to we need to recover, right? We
I
need to
agree.
recover, and I think that's one of the reason. One of the main reason like people quit is when they're so stressed
Yeah,
and they don't recover, they don't sleep well, so they'd be like, you know what? The last thing I want to do, I don't want to get up and work out, because
no, that's
I don't have enough sleep. I mean, that's something you said. New dads. I
yeah.
mean, think about
No,
new dads. They
what's
don't sleep at all. The last
yes.
thing in their mind is to get up in the morning and go to the gym, especially
Yeah,
when they operate in 2 hours of sleep or 3 hours of sleep.
no,
But
100%. We just got out of that situation not too many months ago, and it was brutal. But no, you're 100% right when you speak on that. Like you said, I don't think people need to go work harder. I don't think that's it. I think people need the proper workout for them.
yeah,
100%. I think they need a proper bedtime. I think they need proper protein and carbs and fats that they're putting into their body that give them the energy to do these certain things. A
hmm
100%. I don't believe in any way that people because a lot like you said, there's the famous quote of I'll sleep when I'm rich or the rich people sleep or I'll sleep when I'm dead type of mentality. And it's like, well, if you don't sleep, you're gonna be closer to death because your body needs sleep to recover and maintain that. So it's not soft of you to be in this sense of recovery, like whether that's a cold plunge or massage therapy or whatever that looks like to induce more sleep into your life, like I think that's 100% what you need to do, because that's going to give you optimal living. Like when you are up and you are around, the energy matters. You can be this little dead shell if you don't get any rest, and like people kind of frown or turn their backs on you. Like, I don't know, that guy's a little, he's grumpy when he's here or whatever that looks like. And versus you getting enough rest, and now your wife loves you a little bit more than she did before because you're a little happier when you wake up, or your
Yeah,
kids see you and they get excited, but you get excited and you got time to play with them.
correct.
All of that goes into it. Like I think that's why the recovery and the sleep part of life is, to put it at number three is, I mean, it should be there, but at the same time, it could easily be the number one reason why
Mhm.
people don't make it through. So
Yeah. So this is great, man. So couple of things. One thing that I want to talk about is I think this is the time that we're gonna have fun with our audience. So if we have anybody watching us live right now, so we're gonna call this segment the consistency playbook, right?
yeah,
So very simple and repeatable. So our goal, we're not here to tell you exactly this is how you need to live your life, right?
right.
We just talking from our own experience, and and we are fortunate here that we have a trainer in CJ that can help us in all kind of level. But I think that for our audience here, we want to come up with like three things that we feel like we call it three plays. We're former
Mhm.
athletes, so we're gonna always make some
Yes,
analogy to
yes,
sports. So we're gonna looking at the three plays that we're looking at what we call the consistency playbook. So the first one we talk about, we want to kind of you know uh, point out is the minimum baseline.
yes,
So the rules is you do, let's say, two lifts, two walks a week, and protein at each meal,
yeah,
right? So something that is very easy and is very repeatable, right?
yes,
And a walk can be a walk around, at work. So probably try to find the longest the longest distance that you can walk, so you
yes,
can get your step in, right? Or
yes,
it can
yeah,
be anything. Now that it's getting a little bit warmer, especially we're talking about people living in Indiana or Portland,
yeah.
Indiana. So, go outside and get a little walk, with your dog, just walk in the neighborhood.
I agree.
So something that it keeps you, and I think, and you can attest to that. The reason that you want to do some lifting so you can stay strong, or you do
Yeah,
some
yeah,
quick
yeah. And that's the, like you
exercise.
said, that's the main maintenance. You just want to stay functional. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You still want to get some squats in, make sure you can squat. You want to bench, just to make sure you bench. And I mean, like a lot of these things are things that you're not obviously doing in the day-to-day life of, if you're not. You
Hmm.
know, I mean, most people don't really squat. Maybe getting off the couch for one thing, but you're not putting weight on your back and squatting most of the time. But like those things prolong life, prolong what you do like to do. Whether that's, maybe you like bowling. Well, if you're squatting a little bit longer, maybe your bowl's a little better, and you continue to do that as you age, or golf, or anything of those things,
Hmm.
activities that you like to do. I think just like you said, maintaining at least two times a week a lift,
Yeah.
first off, should be very, very doable. Because I mean,
Hmm.
even if it's just a Saturday, Sunday deal, like you can go get an hour in and do whatever you need to do. But it just helps you a lot for sure, and gives you energy, gives you that confidence.
Right.
Especially if you go with a buddy, then you guys can, I don't know, talk it up, whatever ideas you have. Then you still got that accountability. But also, like you said, the walks are big because now you're supplementing you don't have to lift four times a week type of thing. You can just go hit two workouts and then two walks. I mean, whether it's in the same day or however that looks, you still hit a little bit more work than you were going to. And then the protein each meal is obviously huge. Protein, I mean, that helps us a lot when it comes to our snacking, because it fills us up a little bit more. So, and we're not running through cabinets like raccoons at night. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
those moments, those meals, every meal matters. So if you can load it up with protein and stay away from all the fast food. I mean, I'm not saying don't eat fast food, because listen, I am going to go get me some Chick-fil-A very often. But if you can limit it as much as possible, and cook your food from home, I mean, you're golden.
Yeah. That's great, man. So play number 2.
Yeah.
And that's something that you've been saying all night.
Yes. Yes.
The text a brother rule.
Text the brother. Text them. Hey, listen. That's rule number. Like I feel like this rule is the most simple one. Like this is the one that is this is the baseline of what it is. Like if you and your guy or guys, whatever it is, you guys come up with your baseline and the narrative of what your goal is for the year, and you be like,
Yeah.
hey man, look, I want to work out 2 times a week. I want to go on 2 walks. And you shoot that to your guys. I think every time you get done doing one of those, you should hit them like, boom, I did mine today. What about you? Or boom, I missed today. But I'm gonna get back on. Or even if you don't have the motivation to get back on, you texting that message to your guy or your friend or whatever, they now have the opportunity to use the friendship to motivate you back into where you may have been behind at. And if 1 week you'd only get one workout in and one walk, all right, boom, we're good. But that's what next week, let's get back to it. It's not like you have to make that up. That's not it. Just get back to it. Get back on track after that. But like you said, like we talked about before, the isolation. Yeah, there's not much growth when you're isolated. I think with the team and with accountability, you're pushed a lot farther, especially when you got the right people around you for sure.
Yeah, and it's funny that the tricky part about that rule is the hardest because
Yeah,
guys, we don't talk, man. We don't text each other. We don't talk.
yeah,
Because we get so busy with what is going on in our lives, and
yep.
then sometimes it's just a simple text, and we forget to do it.
Something so simple, something that
So
we probably
simple.
have done all day, just like
Yeah,
whether it's emails or you had to, what I'm saying, text messages go out all day. So it's something that is so simple, but it's like whatever.
yeah.
I'll get to
Or
it tomorrow. Tomorrow comes and definitely never happened.
right. I always say that you always find some indicator that reminds you of someone, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
once you see it, like for instance, I was just like, okay, every time I see football, the first person that comes in my mind is CJ, right? And I was like, oh, I want to text CJ about, hey, did you
yeah,
watch this game? So
yeah,
we always need to find things in your life or put things in our life that remind us of someone, right?
yeah.
So
I
in that
agree.
case, it's easy to text that person and be like, oh, I'm watching something funny on TV, and
Yeah,
I have this funny friend. I was like, let me share that with him
shoot
because
it
I know
straight
he's
to
gonna
yeah.
get he's gonna get a good laugh, out of it, So and when we
I
talk
think
about
I think that's huge though. Like when the day-to-day things remind you of your closest people,
yeah,
I think that I don't know that just reinforces community and love and just I don't know reaching out to your people because we never know.
definitely. So and the last play, which is the one weekly anchor, right? So
Mhm.
and that's where we talk about meetup, community touch point.
Yeah,
That's a nice segue for the next thing is February 16th, uh,
Monday.
at 7 p.m. at OPS Fitness Club. We'll be working out as a group with CJ. And
Yes.
like I said earlier, it's if you're a first timer and then you want to try it, it's free. And then also if you're members of Fit That community, it's also free. So it's a fun night, great night. Get to meet new people, get
Hmm.
to meet, we connect again with some friends. So it's a great time. And
Yeah.
in addition to that, in addition to the monthly workout, we also do networking event. And the last networking event that we did was amazing. There were about like 20 guys. We
Yeah.
were having a
Yeah.
great time. It's so funny that we go work out. One of a member, he said, "Man, you know what? This is the first time I get to know people's name. I go to the workout, we work out, and then I go home. I'm tired,
No.
I'm
Yeah.
home." And he said it was so refreshing that I was like, oh, this is this guy. This is this guy.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
exactly do you do? Now we got to talk about our work, our families, the
yes.
stuff that we love, it was amazing. It was so refreshing. Now, we go work out, CJ kill us, man. Nobody wants to talk to each other, man. We just want to walk
I
out.
love it though because that it builds that camaraderie though. It
Yeah.
builds that like, all right, we
Oh,
went to war together. Now we can talk about life after this. And that's why I'm telling people just
I love
pull
it.
up, don't overthink it, come have fun with us. I'm telling you, it's worth it. It's only once a month. Like why not? Why not?
Yeah, like I said, since we've been doing it, I can see the change even in my life. Because outside of Fit Dad, I also have a different job in manufacturing. It can be very stressful,
Yeah,
and for me, it was after a stressful day, because we live in a world of results. You don't get results, there's the consequences of that, right?
yeah,
So when you have those stressful day, long days, and and when I remember, oh man, I got to fit that event tonight,
yeah,
I
yeah,
was like, I can't wait to go. I need it just to, first of all, to be able to work out and
yeah.
and sweat my stress away. I
Yes.
always say that, and sweat my stress away. And the second part is, hey, I'm with other guys, and
Yeah.
everybody. At the end of the day, everybody in the same boat. We go
Yes.
through the same workout. We
Hmm.
suffer the same way, and we have a great time doing it.
Yes.
So,
I
so,
agree.
so please, on Monday, February 16th, 7 p.m., if you live in Fort Wayne, we'll be at OPS Fitness Club. Say you're here for Fit Dad Community, and CJ will be there
Yes.
and person to fly
Yes.
you. And hey, one thing, we're not allowed to talk about Miami and IU on the next on the next event. That's old school, man. Old school. Let's not talk about it. Let's not talk about it. All right. So I got something for CJ. I'm gonna put CJ on the spot here.
Oh, here we go.
We call this session the Dad Court. CJ is a basketball guy, so we're gonna use this terminology, the Dad Court. So I'm gonna give CJ 60 seconds. We're gonna do it 60, 90 seconds. When I'm gonna ask him some question, and then he's gonna tell me, not some question. I'm gonna give him some quick hit, and he's gonna tell me what he thinks. All right, 4 workouts a week beats 6.
100%. Because most of the time, people are not getting 6 workouts in because life is crazy. So you can plan your whole 6 or whatever that looks like, but if you can get 4 quality, real deal workouts in, you're doing amazing. You've already outworked the week. You're 4 to 3. You're good in my book.
Love it. Steps matter more than cardio.
Ooh, yes. The science behind this is that you should get 10,000 steps a day. And I know a lot of people that you can't get 10,000 because you're sitting at a desk all day. But if you can get 10,000 steps in, you're thriving. And that's just, like I say, motion is lotion. As long as you're moving and we can get steps in, go for it. Because majority of the time, who's actually doing cardio? And what does your cardio consist of? Is your cardio the Stairmaster? How long are you on there? You probably won't get 10,000 steps in. Running, most people aren't running. Biking, it's cold in Indiana, but if you're somewhere else, maybe. So yeah, if you can get those 10,000 steps in, I'm loving it.
No, I agree with you. They say that steps is the sneaky fat loss lever.
Yes.
They low stress, high consistency. Cardio is great, but steps are the foundation.
Foundation, I
Perfect.
love it. I
All
love
right.
it.
So where we at? Number 3 now. Early mornings are overrated.
Yeah, you're talking to the right person here. I'm not getting up early. I don't like that whole concept. I tried. I, I don't run efficiently if the sun's not up anyway. So like I'm not beating the sun up. It's supposed to rise and then I'll rise after that. Um but if morning works for you, I'm not mad at it. Definitely go get it in. I mean, if the evening doesn't work and you have to go morning, go for the morning,
Right.
100%. But personal guy, me and my daughter sleep till about 8:30, 9 o'clock. Get ready. Then we thrive from there. But again, my job's a little bit different than everyone else's. I'm a strength and conditioning coach, so
Yeah.
I don't really have to be to work until 10:30, 11 o'clock. So, um, yeah, just make sure you whatever time it fits in your schedule, whether it is in the morning or in the night, evening, middle of the day, whatever lunch
Yeah.
special, get some work in, and you'll be good.
Yeah. No, I agree. I'm a morning guy. I'm an early morning guy. So I wake up at 4 o'clock and try to get my workout done at 4:30. But I just do it because of my schedule, right?
I just hit REM sleep at that time.
And whatever works, man. Hey, my motivation is say while everybody's sleeping, I'm getting work done.
I listen. I respect it for sure.
Yeah. But hey, man, it just that's the time that I can get the job. I can get the work done. So the whole thing about I'm getting work done while everybody's asleep.
I
Hey,
love it. I love it.
that's the way for me to get my motivation going. So speaking of motivation, you don't need motivation. You need a plan.
100%. Motivation is a feeling, and feelings change every single day. So that's going to happen. Plan a system. Systems win always. So I'm always stick to that. Obviously, you got to lay out the day. Whatever your day looks like, lay it out, map it out hourly, minute, whatever it takes for you to do it. And if today you got a 45-minute window of working out, it's time to go get 45 minutes in because it already fits your day that you already planned out. So if it's at 5 o'clock, don't try to put something else there in order to get away from it. You need to get this workout in. Let's go do it. Yeah, the system is the system.
Love it, man. Love it. Your circle, it's your program.
Ooh, that's huge. That's big time. I think who you put yourself around ultimately predicts what your outcome will be. So like if your circle promotes quitting, like, all right, you don't want to do that, don't do that then. Like you started that this year, don't do it.
Yeah.
I think you're in the wrong circle. I am not an advocate of that. I'll at least try it and finish it through its totality, and then you can go away from it from there after that. But if you set out, all right, we're going to go whole 30 all January. We're going to work out. We're going to do this, that, and the third. And that's the goal. You come to me and say, I don't want to do it anymore. Hey man, we already started though. Like let's see what we feel like February 1st when you're done with it. And if you don't want to do it again, you would never have to do it again. But why not try it to the totality of where you already committed to and go from there? So yeah, that the circle matters. If they can show up for you and you can show up for them, you're going to be in great standings.
Love it, man. And the last one, faith is a performance enhancer.
Ooh. Mm. Good. Faith gives you a sense of hope, discipline, like you kind of have to you have to do this in order for something to happen. Um
Mhm.
when life hits you, don't fold. And the one thing about faith is that like when I'm lifting, obviously I'm not thinking about, oh yeah, God loves me lifting right now. No, it's more like I can only do this because of God. So every rep that I'm getting in, it's like him putting weight on me to push it back off me. However
Yeah.
that looks, that's just kind of how I vision it.
Mhm.
Like obviously, when I get to failing reps, it's like, all right, we got more work to do. I'm on set 4, and when I get to number 10, I can't push anymore. It's like, all right, this is where I really grow. So I think you take that part of the weight room and put that into faith, and it just kind of shows you like the way that it works, I guess. Because sometimes things you do are going to be the outcome of what you want it to be, just because that's what you do. But at the big picture side of it, crazy faith type of opportunity that you want. Ain't gonna come off of what you've done. It's gonna come off of you performing. You can constantly working towards something, and then one day God opens that door, and boom, you've been
Yeah.
working for it that whole time. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I think for me, sometimes, you know, you know, we go to we go through thoughts in your in your head, and then you be like, first thing I was like, you're looking at, Jesus' journey,
yeah,
and when he was carrying the cross, right?
hmm
And at that time he was doing it, and then for the length that he carried that cross. And then sometimes you'd be like, man, I'm struggling, try to do a little squat. Can you imagine Jesus did that? He
yeah,
was carrying a cross for so long. And I'm not saying that that's what gave me motivation, but sometimes those thoughts run through your head and say,
yeah,
man, I can't even do this.
yeah,
And
yeah,
it's not like he was, it's not like he was like a buff guy. He was doing, but it just to just tell you that it's all about the mental toughness.
yeah,
And if you can kind of do that, you know, make that in your head and say, hey, if he can do this, why can't I? Why
right,
not me? Right. So, and I'm not saying that, like you said, it's not like it cross your mind every single time, but
right, right,
sometimes
right.
that thoughts cross your mind and you'll be like, man, he did that. He did
He
that,
did do
carry a
that.
big cross for a long time. And especially was getting beat up while, while
Couldn't
he
even
was
imagine
carrying
it.
it. Can't even imagine.
Couldn't
And
even, sometimes when the gym too hot, and I'm like, man, I'm sweating too much. I don't
yeah,
even. I'm
yeah.
like, man, just imagine,
But,
the complete opposite of what this could have been. So
yeah, yeah, exactly. So those are the things that, and then and I think it's not a cliche, but use that word a lot. Your body is the temple.
yeah,
So you have to cultivate it, and then make sure that because when you think about it, it's the one thing that God gave you that is gonna stay with you forever. So take care of
yeah,
it, right?
yeah. You only get one
So
of them too.
there's only one of them. So
So
anyway, so again, you can find different ways and to kind of use your faith, whatever you believe in, as a performance enhancer to kind of give you the courage.
yeah,
And I like what you said is if every day you wake up, you say, hey, this is a blessing and I get to do this because
yeah,
God give me that blessing, so I can get up this morning, I can walk on my own. I have the energy to do that. So you can look at it as a blessing. So because
yeah,
I got that blessing, so I have to do. So I do it because of such a blessing. So, uh, and we're not here to kind of say this is what you need to believe in,
you're
but
right. No, yeah, yeah. I'm
yeah,
not pushing religion on
we're not
anybody,
pushing
man.
religion on anybody. But I
That's
think
your choice. I'm
exactly.
just being a disciple. What I'm supposed to be doing. So
Exactly. So, but that's good. Before we kind of talk about a little bit about next Monday, I wanna play you something because one of our Fit Dad member, Alex Smith, he built that track for Fit Dad community. So I'm gonna play a little bit.
yeah,
Built this frame, stronger together. Remember the name. Fit Dad, built for this. Late nights, early shifts. Mind sharp, body strong. Legacy lives when we gone. Fit Dad, we don't fold. Iron sharpens every soul. No
I can't hear it on
shortcuts,
mine.
no regrets. Stronger fathers,
Are you
stronger
hearing here?
sets.
I can't hear it.
But anyway, it's the same songs, the same track that we started the show with. So shout out to Alex Smith
Mm.
for building that track for us. So we at the end of the show. CJ, take us home, baby.
Here we go, man. First off, I just appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all subscribing to YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all of those platforms. Make sure we do that. Go to the link. Make sure you're following up on the website. We got an app as well, members only. So become a member today. I mean, it's $10 a month. with education to obviously continue to help us become better fit dads. Um, you can work with me personally on there if you do the $25 a month, and then we can work online. Um, get some merch, always good for you. Um, and obviously the big news, not the big news, but the big message is make sure you are there next Monday. Like there's nothing else you could be doing. First off, like it's 7 o'clock. You already been to work. Or if you got to go to work for third, then you can still come before work. I won't kill you that bad, I promise. I'll make sure you be good for work at least. But again, it's February 16th at 7 at OPS Fitness Club. Here with me and the guys. We'll have a lot of fun. You get to rub shoulders with new people. I got a group called The Forge that we meet every other Thursday, and it's just like a refreshing thing to know that there's guys continually just trying to build and get better. Like iron sharpens iron, and I think that's a big thing when it comes to men and us just developing that the culture and the community of what a fit dad looks like. So come out, support us in any way if you can. Even if you can't come out, maybe you just reshare a video or go follow us or whatever that looks like. But and I'm CJ, and obviously I'm with my guy Carl, and we out of here.
Peace out. So we see you on Monday the 16th.
Let's go.
Let's do this.
Discover the Fit Dad Community Podcast, where every episode strengthens your journey as a father. Hear from experts, coaches, and real dads on balancing fitness, faith, and family. Gain practical tools for your everyday life. Join us to support your family better and build stronger communities. Fit Dad Community Podcast. Fitness for life, not just the gym.